shit, let me hear the drum roll. Dumb flow. Anybody wanna be the one to make an issue out of nothing? I'ma hit you with my iPhone.
Welcome back to Delightfully Dysfunctional Therapist Reacts. I'm Keilani, and today I'm reacting to NF's song Warm Up. I think that Warm Up has a similar flavor to a few of his other songs, as he's really entering a space where I think he's being noticed and seen more, and that comes with having some more critics. I think that for someone who is creative and really putting their heart out there and their trauma out there, it is really challenging to feel like there are people who can't validate that process. And so to me, this feels much like a reflection of that dichotomy of, oh, yeah, I'm getting like validation and recognition. And also that can mean you're getting more elements of people who don't understand your flavor or your style. I feel really, it helps me reflect on my growth because I feel really good about being at a place where I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm not for everyone, and that's okay. That is really okay with me. I'm for people who are ready, willing, and wanting a new layer of growth, and they want to be an active participant of it. In your own journey, I'm wondering, what are the things that you're wanting to invite in, the people you're wanting to invite in, and can you let it be okay if you're not everyone's cup of tea? Maybe you are there for people who want authentic connection. Maybe you have an open door for people who are willing to really be compassionate. Whatever it may be, I hope it is adding to your life and to the lives of others. I just want more of that for you. That is my very vague first impressions of this song. I hope that you enjoy the reaction that I have for you. As I've said before, I think that music videos and just doing any kind of interpretation for music, everyone has their own unique flavor and insight that they get to add to it. There is no one right or specific way to interpret it. And so please enjoy my unique flavor that I've sprinkled into this therapist reaction. Check out some of our others along the way. Like, subscribe, and share. It would mean the world. And enjoy.
Yeah. Something for the fans. Yeah. I'm the type to rent a hotel room just to feel at home. I'm the type to rent a hotel room just to be alone. Yeah. I got an issue with people pretending they like what they don't. Please don't bring up my issues unless you gon' deal with your own. Please don't try to pretend like you keep it real though. Yeah, it's funny that you got a lot of money, but that money doesn't buy you skills though. I don't care if I am on the billboards, on the killing spree, I'm about to kill more. Got a chain on you pay the mill for. I mean, what you people even live for? I'll write raps, you steal yours and more. We just getting warmed up. Yeah, I said I was coming, I warned you. So close to the fans, I feel like they're riding my tour. But you wanna know what I do in my downtime? They come to my fortress. I apologize for all the corpses. It's a mess right now, but I haven't had time to put the rappers in the coffins.
Okay, is it funny that I know like he's speaking about other rappers, but I can resonate with some of his sentiment, or at least the way that I'm interpreting it, even in people who are in like the healing space and other therapists, because to me, if you're not doing your own work, I can only lead my clients as far as I've gone in my own healing. And so there's people in healing spaces who are neglecting their own healing and growth and just kind of operating out of ego, really doing a disservice to the people that they're working with. Or, I think sometimes there's people who we're all at different paces of growth, maybe resonate with a different type of clientele. But for clients who are really, I want to be an active participant in my life journey, I want to be an active participant in my growth, it really requires working with someone who is wanting and able to put in that same energy into being self-introspective, into making changes and taking risks and unpacking their past and how it might unconsciously be affecting them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm relating to it and what he's saying too, like, you got to do the work, you got to rap about real stuff. You got to show up and be real. You can't just kind of fabricating or using fluff And I mean, he was saying like stealing lines, but like you've got to be able to come from a place of realness. It's funny how that same insight can be transferred into something completely different, completely different. Just the work of healing and other healers and them being real about like step one is doing your own work and coming to some understandings there, being humble enough in that process. So that's my interesting take there. It's probably unique.
We ain't talked in like 6 years. Why you writing me now? I just turned 100K down just to keep the brand looking right now. I ain't bragging about the money, I'm just saying I ain't controlled by the bank account or the bank amounts. I'm a businessman, but don't touch my money, I don't play around. Lights out when the mic's out, about to hit the West Coast, hype crowds. I just put a record out, what you think I'm about to pipe down now? I've been looking for a beat, look what I found. I mean everything is coming out of my mouth. Try to tell me, yeah, I ain't had the right sound. Oh yeah, well, tell me what you think now. 2 records in the bag, I ain't done no. What's coming next year? Let me hear the drum roll. Don't flow. Anybody wanna be the one to make an issue out of nothing? I'ma hit you with my iPhone. I know, I'm a little out of hand now. I ain't looking for a handout. You ain't like what I was doing last year, which is funny cause you looking like a fan now. Are you a fan now? I kinda miss being broke. Now let me go back to my old days when I used to walk into high school and hand out my CD in hallways. I told all my teachers that I'll be a rapper. They smile and look at me, okay. That's a pretty nice dream, but you better get a real job. No way. Yeah, I live what you dreaming. I could do this while I'm sleeping. I ain't the type that'll bring up your name for nothing, but please don't give me a reason. I'm on the edge now. I ain't playing with you. Never really been a fan of taking pictures. I'm just being honest. Yeah, I'll take it with your show selling now. Better get your tickets, oh Lord. I got a love for the.
So this is interesting. I'm excited for the rest of the NF journey. There are certain songs where I think I can really. It's still operating from a place of ego, and I feel some of that here. Even like the idea of someone not being a fan. Oh, now you are. I don't know. I just have much more of a flow with that. Oh, it didn't resonate with someone at one time, and now it does. It's not necessarily. We don't have to view it as like popularity or better than, but I'm glad my music found you. I'm glad my messaging found you. And so much too of what NF does, of what Ren does, of the messaging that, not that I'm not putting myself in the same category. I'm just commenting, I guess, on like the depth of a message of the messaging that I put out there. It makes sense to me that it's not going to hit someone right away if they're resistant to that growth. Like you hear things differently and it sinks in differently when you're ready. I think that that's an interesting perspective. And if I were to speak with him now, I wonder what his perception might be of that. And as we continued on the NF journey, I might get some flavors of that in his work, which is so fun to see the unfolding of who he is. Because this was 7 years ago. We're so late to NF. Oh my gosh. Thanks for hanging around for our reactions and being patient with us. But I think when, also you've been judged or marginalized or not believed in, it also makes sense to me that once you're experiencing really having arrived, which is a lot of what this song is saying, like I've arrived, but also like I'm still warming up. I got more for you. It's beautiful to come from that place of confidence and to come from a place of feeling validated. I don't want to take away from that. There's just, like an understanding of everyone is on their different growth path. I'm not here to judge that. I just am happy to share in the moments that we can collide in our growth, can be at the same point. That's my perspective from where I'm at now. I can totally understand the feelings that he has that are reflected in this song 7 years ago too. Yeah, growth allows you a space to not feel us versus them and any kind of otherness. I think that it's interesting as we get to explore NF's growth in the time, which was all being produced, in like real time with, I'm sure, what was going on behind the scenes and some things for him. But I wonder what anyone else is feeling towards that, or maybe some people might even feel like I'm out of line in my interpretation and understanding. Here we go. I want to hear more.
Now, better get your tickets, oh Lord. I got a love for the fans, I can express what it feels like. Sometimes I wonder if it's even real life. Sometimes I look at the past and think about how I got here in the first place. You know the glove is my birthplace. I don't wanna be rude, but I can get you on my work. Say nothing for me, do it all the time. Yeah, they barely working while I'm working overtime. Last year they like, who am I? Now this year they like, you the guy. Here's a little something for your car rides. If they set up for love, they all lied. Yeah, you know the logo, better recognize. Yeah, it's real music to the day we die.
I've said this before. I really love the moments in his songs, like songs like this, where there's like and like it's an unnamed emotion that's just like I gotta like embody it and get it out, and there's something really satisfying about that. I think we deny a lot of like more raw emotion for being. We need to make sure that it's all prim and proper and, you know, unfolds it in this certain way. And I think that there's such a space for just the somatic, like, rawness of what someone is feeling that is it's so cool to watch, but it's also healing to embody. So I don't know, go make some weird sounds when this is done. Like make the sounds of whatever you're feeling inside. Is that you need to scream, or you need to like punch a pillow, or you're going to just embody it for a moment without judgment, which takes practice. But I love that really NF does that in his songs, and it's such a healing element that we don't necessarily talk about directly, that I think is really cool. And that ties into just like being authentically real and authentically you, is to feel comfort in those emotions coming out in even a messy way at times. I think that there's several songs like Warm Up that he has out there that kind of follow a similar messaging. What I really like is you're seeing his confidence and his growth along the way. The songs from NF that I tend to really hold dear and special to my heart are the ones where he's speaking about growing from his trauma. He's using a lot of imagery to describe, in metaphors to describe how something felt, that I think others can really capture and grasp in a way that they might not have their own words for. So I'm sitting on the edge of my seat right now waiting for one of those gems. And I wonder, what are your favorite songs from NF and why? I'd love to know that, because I know that there's a lot of people who have recommended different songs through his journey, but that the song you recommend doesn't necessarily mean that it's your favorite. Like, which one do you just find yourself coming back to? Why is that? Or is this one of them? Is Warm Up one of them? Please let me know. As always, it's a joy to get to just share this space with you. It's so fun. I love learning more about these songs through you as well. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts and interpretations are. I think that with any music, as I've said before, it's such a unique opportunity for us to add our own flavor. So I'm not assuming that my interpretation is the same as anyone else's. It is unique to me, and that is what I'm offering in my therapist reactions. I'd love to know how it resonates with you. And if you have any other suggestions for us on songs that we should react to, please let us know. Like, subscribe, it would mean the world to me. We're getting so close to 10K, and I mean, maybe it's arbitrary, but there are just some like fun things that I've dangled like a carrot in front of me that we get to expand and explore when we get to 10K. So that allows us the ability to just keep diving into the creativity that we're creating and provide more content, more options, more opportunities to connect with you, which I love. So like, subscribe, share, it would mean the world, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.